Alright, so right now my wife is going to trim up his hair, cut the curls down all the way, and now I'm gonna taper him up.
What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Matt Give the Hands, back to you with another video. And in this video, man, this is my 2-year-old nephew, so this is a special one, his first haircut, and I am very surprised on his behavior. He chilled out. He had a few lollipops, which was good. It's always good to have in your shop or your suite, right? Lollipops or something for the kids. It can either be for during the haircut or it can be for after the haircut, whichever you prefer. Or, you know, honestly, you're on their time, right? You got to have patience. When I say their time, I mean the kids' time. You know, you got to have patience.
You can make one on your tablet, Leilani.
I won't be able to do.
All right, so let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right into this haircut tutorial. And as you could tell, I am cutting at normal speed. This is going to be in real time. So have patience, but enjoy, because I feel like cutting kids, man, it can be stress. It can be stressful. There are some barbers that don't accept, you know, kids in their chair at all, period. With me, I feel like kids are the future. I feel like cutting kids is a blessing, because you get to see them grow up. You get to see them prosper in life, and you know, you're a counselor to them. You're a big brother. I have multiple kids that I cut, and just, you know, talking about how their school is and how their grades are. It's a warm feeling, because you have some kind of impact in their life. Little do you know, but you really do. But this is a special video for me because he's my nephew, and I just feel like, being that I'm his uncle, he was more accepting to me cutting his hair. I don't know if, you know, if another barber would have cut his hair, if he would have reacted differently. But, you know, we had everyone in my suite at the time, his parents, my wife, my other daughter, and his sister. So he probably felt comfortable in his environment, so he really wasn't worried about what I was doing, you know, while cutting his hair. But basically what I did on the sides was I wanted to create a shadow taper, but I didn't want to go too low. I wanted to get it down to a number 1.5 and line him up with a pointed sideburn, keep it pretty dark. Right here, I just took a number 4, and then I went down to a 3 and to a 2. Now, I started to see that there was creating some weight, and you see a difference from light to dark. I want contrast. So now I'm starting to blend that in. It's a power.
Houston, we have a problem.
Pay attention to hair pattern. Pay attention to the way the hair grows, how it lays. I just kind of jumped right into the number 4 and then started tapering down. But if you pay attention to pattern of hair, then you can dictate where you need to cut, right? Whether it's going against the grain or with the grain. In this case, I just jumped into it and I started to see that there was some weight that I needed to blend in. So then I took my thinning shears and just softened that hairline up right around the taper area, because I don't want it to be bulky. I don't want it to be disconnected. I want to make sure that it's blended in. And you'll see me cutting right behind his ear, but that's good though, because then you could taper right behind the ear and make sure that the back belongs to the front, if that makes any sense. Right now, right here, I'm going to taper the back of his neck, and I'm going to taper down all the way down to a 0. But right now I'm just removing bulk. I'm cleaning my canvas, and I want to create something to where I'm able to fade into what I know, meaning the number 4. I already know the number 4 is going to be my highest guard, so let's blend into that. But yeah, guys, so what I'm doing is I created that number 4 on the back of his neck. Then I'll come back and use some thinning shears to blend into whatever the top is at. This kid is just loving it, dancing all over the place. He is really filled with just joy, and he brings the family upbeat for real. He knows how to bring the family up. But I'm just blessed and thankful that, you know, his parents, my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law, gave me and my wife the opportunity to bless him with his first haircut. I know, why would you want to go anywhere else when you know In the Family is one of the best barbers and best hairstylists in the game? I mean, come on now. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but why would you go somewhere else? But yeah, guys, so right now what I'm doing is I went from number 4. Now I'm going to start tapering down to a 3. This is a number 5. I just want to cut more into that bulk. I just felt like as I was cutting, my bad if you heard that little beeping noise. A lot of people like to say, oh, what is that noise in the background? I got a lot going on. I'm actually driving in my truck as I'm doing this voiceover. But anyways, the number 5, I just felt like as I'm cutting his hair, I'm starting to realize that certain areas is getting more difficult than others. But you got to take that with cutting hair. Nothing is perfect. No canvas is perfect. I'm not saying I made a mistake, but as I'm cutting, you're starting to learn the hair texture and how it lays and how it flows and how it blends. And then you just take that and run with it. You know what I'm saying? Like you live in the moment. Honestly, there's no going back. Once you take it off, you can't put it back on. Once we find that out, where you could take hair off and put it back on, we're rich.
Houston, we have a problem.
But so right here, what I wanted to do is I started the bottom guideline with my lever all the way open, which is equivalent to a half. And then I'm blending up, and what I'll do is I'll just knock that bottom line out with a 0, just to make that area more bald. But look, guys, he's a kid. He's 2 years old. It's his first haircut. We're giving him a lot of lollipops. You know, he's getting excited. He's moving, but it's okay. I was gonna say, as long as he has that phantom grip on the kid's head to where he cannot move, you're good. I feel like there's some times where I'm like, I just release my left hand because I feel like I'm gripping the client's head too hard. But I don't realize it. But it's just because I'm trying to control, you know, my client's head. I'm trying to make sure I have full control over this haircut and which way the client looks or moves or whatever. Especially with kids, you got to make sure that if they were to jolt a certain way or move a certain way, you got to make sure that you can pull back or move away from it or get away from creating a bald spot, right? Especially with a hairline. But honestly, and having his parents like I said, in the environment, it obviously does something for him. He feels comfortable. He's not scared. He's getting lollipops. He's getting love. You know, they're helping him look down so I can cut his hair in the back. But again, guys, it's not gonna be where most kids just sit still. But I am very proud of this kid right here, man. Like I said, 2 years old, first haircut ever, and he is doing amazing. He's not crying. He's not, you know, like jumping out the chair. He may move here and there, but that's something that I can work with. That's something that a lot of barbers can work with. Like if there's some kids that just cry and don't move, I am completely fine with that. If I can soothe a kid to where he stops crying rather, then I've done my job. Now, if a kid is moving, jumping out the chair and stuff like that, then that's a different story. But if he's just crying, then I'm cool with it. My baby girl Aria in the back. That's her Thea right there. But yeah, guys, this was just something that we wanted to get the family together for. And my wife, you know, cut his hair all the way around with scissors. Then I just started tapering it. So this was another collab that me and my wife did that we are very proud of. And it's just dope to, you know, share the same passion and just to have that same industry, you know, together. There's times where we come home and we talk about our clients, we talk about our haircuts, you know, we up each other with each other's work. Like, we're our greatest supporters. We are our best supporters, and we're a power couple. You got to be like that. Marriage is work, but as long as you're willing to put in overtime, you're gonna succeed. That's bars. So basically, guys, what you do to one side, you're gonna do to the other. I'll go ahead and jump back on whenever I start lining him up. But again, it's real time, so it's not sped up. Just enjoy the haircut, enjoy the process as I did.
Houston, we have a problem.
Thank you, Apollo. Yeah.
All right, so right here I'm using the Rose Gold Babyliss FX skeleton trimmers to line him up, and you could tell them I didn't really have to apply too many pressure. My blade is set to where I can cut it, you know, kids and adults. I'm not nicking him, you know, he's not getting red, but just a quick, easy line. I don't want to spend too much time right there to where it's gonna make him red or irritated, because obviously if you keep going over the same spot, you're gonna create some irritation, regardless of it being too close or not. Now, if they're coming out of a box and they're not set close at all, then it shouldn't do anything. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if you continue to keep going over the same spot, regardless of it cutting good for kids and adults, there's gonna be some redness.
Houston, we have a
So
problem.
don't want to spend too much time. Want to put in that line up on the C cup and move on. Plus, again, it's all about patience, and you got to be pretty quick when it comes to cutting kids, but efficient as well. So right here, I pinned up his front hair and kind of tapered down his front, line up all his baby hairs, because that's what we're going to line up.
Let's do it. One crop.
This is crazy. His first lineup, his first haircut. His dad was so excited for this moment right here. This is like putting the icing on the cake type of thing, like the lineup. He saw a piece of it, and his dad was like, "Oh yeah, that's it, that's it." And I told him this. I was like, "Bro, I cut kids like I would cut my son if I had one. That's real. Like, I would never know what it is to have a son, which is okay because I have 2 beautiful daughters and I am very blessed. But if I were to have a son,
Houston, we
I
have a
cut
problem.
my clients' kids just like that."
Thank you, Apollo. Yeah.
All right, so now I'm just adding some finishing touches. I'm applying some product, some Cantu curling cream. This is to moisturize his hair, keep that nice shiny look to it, and basically bring out them curls. That boy got a clean tape up. He is looking like a whole different person, man. Look at him. Look at him. I'm so proud to be part of this moment, man. I'm glad you like your haircut, Nathaniel. Hopefully you see this. I love you, Papa. Say I love you, Leah.
I love you.
All right, y'all. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this haircut tutorial. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment. And as always, Team Gifted, stay gifted.
Team gifted, stay gifted.